Incremental greetings. Today I have a good insight. If you're kind of new to Supermemo, or you have been using it for years, but you don't understand priorities that well yet, there's something that it may happen to you. That hey, once I keep importing new material to my collection, and I visit a topic, this topic now has a lower priority, and then I reach the conclusion that Supermemo decreases the priority over time for elements. That is indeed a wrong assumption. Let's use one example. This very same topic has 75%. That means that if I keep importing staff, so let's say that I keep importing staff articles, but the priority range is below this article, that is 74. So let's say that I keep importing, but all I import is always to a higher priority, in this case 15. It could be even 50. So that means that this priority, the position 36,770, that represents 75.7 of my collection, will be pushed further and further. So imagine this, I will import this one. Okay, so within the range, Supermemo selected 36.6. I go back, and now it's 36,771. Since my collection is large, it's not meaningful. If your collection is just 10,000 or 2,000, one position shift in the priority queue will have a more meaningful change in the percentage. So what I will do now is to quickly represent that I will be importing a lot of new articles or creating extracts and so on. I will just do a split. This is totally dummy. It's just for the sake to create 500 children very quickly. So remember that this will be organic, that you will do the repetitions, you will do an extract, a close deletions, but in fact it will be the same experience that you will be creating a few hundred elements in the priority range lower than the reference article we have of 70% priority. This could take me a few months or a few weeks. Okay, now let's cancel this. Yeah, I interrupted. It's good enough. So what happened now? Look at the priority. 75.9. It has decreased 7.2%. Well, the number is higher, therefore the priority is lower. And the position, I don't even remember. And now it will be lower than before. That doesn't mean that Supermemo behaves like this, always like this. Let's do the opposite. It's because what I'm adding goes before this priority. Let's do the opposite now. So now it will be huge. The priority will be, let's say, about 1%. Nice. So I have a glossary here. It's 18. Let's actually put it lower. Like 7%. It's quite high. Now you split. Well, I created less than before, but it's still a handful. I go back. Hey, it's exactly the same priority. 1%, 491. Why this hasn't changed? Because all of the contents, all of the elements I created are after this priority range. So it's not affected. There's something more visual. The article is here, and all I do is it's between here. It's not affecting my reference point. Before, it was into 70 something. So when it's let's put it lower, when more or less we have the blue. So if everything that I add, it's in this priority range, different colors, I will be in fact pushing away further and further and further. Because this is the queue. I have one analogy. So let's say you are in the hospital. That, okay, I need something urgent. My life is not on the line, but I don't want to wait to get an appointment with the doctor, right? So you go to the hospital, and then you have the triage, and depending on the triage, you'll have to wait more or less. You are in a queue, in a priority queue. So if someone goes even after you but has something more urgent, more serious, that person will be attended before you. So imagine I'm waiting in line for getting my turn. So if all of the people after me have some conditions more serious than me, they will get in front of me in the queue. So my position in the queue will be further and further away. It's the same thing that, hey, I entered in the hospital in green. But now, everything that is coming is in yellow or in orange. So they are pushing me away, and I'm even more and more. That's why my priority is being changes and evaluates, not because of time, because time has passed since I imported that topic. It's because it happened that it's kind of low. My condition is not serious, like a condition in the eye that can wait. But hey, I think I'm importing is higher priority. So this is pushing and pushing away. This is a easy case because it's an absolute everything or none. Could be that it's 20% of what I'm importing is being affected. So in the hospital, some people will have even a lower priority of what the condition I have in the eye. So they will be set after me. So those are not they are not affected. They are not affecting me. The only thing that it's affecting, if we are strict, is the percentage. Because even if the position is the same, in this case 491, if I import 10,000 articles, the percentage will decrease because, well, now I have 50,000 articles. This is 1%. Now I have 60,000 articles. Oh, perhaps now this is only 0.8% because it's the relative amount, relative position. 491 out of 50,000 or out of 60,000 or a million. If it was a million, this would be 0.001 or whatever, something very small. Even though the position is exactly the same. Because everything else in the hospital, everyone else in the hospital, were put in the queue after me. So the queue is larger, but my position is the same. I will have to wait the same amount of time so that everything before me in the queue gets attended and I get my turn. Hope it's clear enough, and that's why prioritization is key in Supermemo. You really need to understand priorities and to use them wisely. That's the key for successful incremental reading. Nothing more to add today, and see you incremental.